Hello everyone, a quick overall update, economics markets. Eurozone confidence still languishing at GFC, sovereign debt crisis, COVID lockdown levels. That's where European consumer confidence is. That's why I'm still very cautious about the European economy going forward. In Australia today, we saw some interesting data out of the Judo Bank surveys. Their PMI for manufacturing still in contraction, but moving up towards the high 49s. 49.9 means almost stability, but obviously this is after a period of not such great numbers. And we've seen a spike up here before in the manufacturing, and then it drops away in the following months. And that is the number that's supported the overall composite number, because the services sector, according to the Judo Bank data, actually declined. So still some serious questions there about the Australian economy, given that it's also doing what the US is doing, which is starting to spend a lot of government money. In terms of price action, US dollar, have we reached the tipping point where it moves from geopolitical safe haven flows into that fiscal crisis? And look what the US is doing at the moment, how much more money it's spending yet again. Even the IMF has this week warned that it is an out of control, can't be stopped downward spiral in terms of the US budget outlook and deficit. So warnings all around. I've been warning of it for ages, so have a lot of other people, and even the always late to the party IMF is now saying the same thing. So real concerns there. So we come back to the US dollar. I noticed the US dollar yen might be topping out today. Have a look at that. The Australian dollar is trying to rally. Keep an eye on that as well. The price action says Australian dollar rally, but there's still a whole lot of worries there about the China outlook, particularly as Australia is no longer really top of the list when China looks for resources from around the world, and will continue to replace Australian exports, including mineral exports, wherever it can around the world, due to our, obviously, geopolitical leanings. Now, and our commentary. I mean, the big damage to the Australian export outlook was done by the former Liberal government that went out of its way. Prime Minister Morrison went out of his way, even using his annual United Nations address, to lampoon the Chinese. It's just not something even other countries were actually doing at the time. And so I think we're still suffering reverberations from those sorts of actions and comments. The other thing I wanted to bring to your attention today is Bitcoin. Bitcoin should be like, look at the social media. Everyone's going, rah, rah, Bitcoin. You've got to buy it because there's going to be a halving. Well, everyone who wants to buy on the halving has already bought and they're leveraged long. And the halving means there's probably going to be, over the next 6 to 12 months, less miners because it's less rewarding, or higher fees on Bitcoin transactions through the roof, which makes Bitcoin a whole lot more vulnerable than people realize. Because remember, miners keep the ledger going. If there's no ledger, if the power goes off, you need to have gold, not Bitcoin. But also, if no one keeps the ledger going, then overnight, Bitcoin's zero. Now, that's not going to happen, but there could be concerns about that moving forward as it becomes less and less profitable for the miners to keep the ledger going. Something to think about. No one wants to talk about that one, but it's very true. The other thing I wanted to mention today is maybe Asian equities. They're having a bit of a down day at first today, but overall, medium to long term, Asian equities could be a very strong buy, because I do see Asian fund managers beginning to ask themselves, why are we sending all this money to the West? Maybe our Asian economic region is actually more stable than Western economists think, and has a lot of upside, and therefore maybe the West is overvalued, Asia is undervalued. So let's keep more funds at home to invest in our own equity markets. I see that being a trend over coming weeks, months, maybe even years. Hope you enjoyed the talk. Don't forget, have a look at PropX24. That's propx24.com. All right, have a great day, and thanks very much. And also don't forget my website, cliffordbennett.com.au. Have a great day. See you.